I actually became a minister at 20 years old over this past summer. Basically, I go all over the city of Philadelphia, motivating, going to different schools, inspiring the youth. I also have a clothing brand called Stay Humble, Stay Hungry, which inspires through clothing. So basically, what we do is everything that we put out is 100% motivational to inspire the youth, to be inspired through clothing to, want to be positive and know that, listen, I could be cool, I could be positive at the same time.
What was your childhood like?
My childhood was, it was okay. I grew up in North Philadelphia. I played for the North Philly Aztecs, and also I ran track growing up. My parents helped me to, be a man, become a man. But, those things, trials and tribulations, being from the neighborhood I was from. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations. I even got locked up at the age of 14 for a gun charge. So that's what pushed me, to this day to become a better person, to become, give back to my community and let the world know, let the youth know that, you don't got to play the streets to be cool. You don't got to do none of that.
Why did you choose to become a motivational speaker?
So the choice to become a motivational speaker was, me growing up, I used to get in trouble in school a lot. As I mentioned, I got locked up. There was different things that kept happening in my life, and the things that I seen around me, I seen coming back home, and I seen old heads on the block and people that we look up to, selling drugs and stuff like that. And me, I just wanted to be that person where youth could look up to me and be positive. So I wanted to make that impact in the community, and that's what made me just want to, keep pushing to motivate and keep pushing to tell my story. So that's what definitely helped me to become who I am and made me want to become a motivator.
All right, this next question I got, what's your favorite part about being a motivational speaker? My
favorite part is the joy that I get from seeing others being impacted, from what I'm saying to them. Like, it's easy to get influenced by, negativity, rap songs and stuff like that. We hear people talking this and that on rap songs. We hear a lot of times on social media, we try to fit these social media images. Females look up to certain social media images. Males look up to rappers and guys that's, speaking negativity. So the thing that, impact me the most by, speaking and stuff like that is basically seeing that positive impact. Seeing younger people going to school and breaking up fights and, this and that just to, become a better person. So definitely.
All right, you just told us the good part. Like, what's the hardest part?
The hardest part is, I'm not gonna lie, every day I wake up, it still draws me like back to the neighborhood where I'm from. Like I got homies that I grew up with that's either in the streets or, homies that died. One of my homies I got was with me when I got locked up. They recently got killed about 3-4 weeks ago. And every day I wake up, I think about, the people that I used to surround myself with. And I think about that and it kind of, make me sad sometimes because I think about, they still could be, what if they still was here, or if they still was here, I can make them a better person. And the people that I'm no longer surrounding myself with, what if I reached out to them to help them, but, everybody not gonna be receptive. So just, sometimes it's gonna be days where you got to motivate yourself. There's gonna be days whereas, people that's looking up to me, they gonna pull from me. But when I need people to pull on, or I need people to be there for me, that's one of the most hardest parts. So definitely.
Who inspired you the most on this journey?
I would say who inspired me the most. I like to do a lot of history and stuff like that. So I look at Martin Luther King, Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson. I look back into like slavery 300 years ago and different things that help us as people to be where we at now and where we want to be at in the future. So these things inspire me. Certain people inspire me. I listen to TD Jakes a lot. Every day I wake up, I listen to something motivational, stimulate my mind. So these are the people I would say right now. I listen to Eric Thomas a lot, Inky Johnson. Also shout out to Wallow 267 because he really, doing his thing also too. So these are people that's older than me that inspire me, to keep going, inspire me to keep chasing my dreams and stuff like that.
What made you realize that you need to help the community?
What made me realize that was when I started looking more so at, youth and started studying the youth, started looking at social media and how social media can have an impact on our generation and the generations before us. I started, doing a lot of research on that, and I started, looking at reasons why I made the decisions I did when I was younger. That made me want to impact the community even more because I knew that there's a lot of negative influences, but if we kind of shift the atmosphere and started to become them positive influences, we can make an impact on this world because it all starts with us.
What's your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is, to give back to as much people as I can. And the ultimate goal, I feel as though for all of us, is to live out our purpose and to be who God called us to be. Everybody got a purpose or an impact that they can make in whatever lane it may be. You might be the best person with the cameras. You might be the best talk person. You might be the best motivator, and I might be the best cook. I might be the best entrepreneur. So we all can come together as one and live out our purpose and make this world a better place.
When you do stuff, how do you, and everyone has haters, like how do you get past the haters? Like I got haters, my biggest one is right there.
Haters is your elevators to success. That's what I always keep in my head. That hater, if you don't got no haters, you ain't popping, like they say in the song. So those people that's hating on you, you just use them as motivation, because the best revenge you can get back from a person is not punching them in the mouth, not cursing at them, not arguing with them. The best revenge you can get back is leveling up off of them. Showing them that it's bigger than, what this argument is, bigger than hating on me. Like, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and hopefully you can take my lead. So you take your haters and use them as motivation.
Mm-hmm. How do you come up with your video ideas? Because when I was going through your page, you had a lot of creative ideas. Like the basketball one, who's out there trying to motivate the kids. Right. How do you come up with ideas?
So basically, I kind of go off like the spirits for real. I go off like, I wake up in the morning and I might have a thought in my mind like, all right, this person need to be impacted over this. Or I have people that, DM me on a daily basis saying, I'm going through this. So can you make a video about this? Or can you help me with this? So I take that and I put my ideas together and I say, all right, listen, this is how we going to vision it. And every video I do, that's with the youth. I explain to them why I be doing this video so they can get it in their spirit and they can get it in their soul and they can know that, listen, I'm not just saying this just because of the video. I'm saying this so I can get it in my spirit. Because the more and more times you say things, the more and more you speak things to existence, the more it's going to come true.
Which one of your videos that you made that shot your followers up?
I would say it was a video I did with a young man and a young lady. I don't know if you saw that, but I was laying there like I had a white sheet over me, and the girl, she was playing as an angel, and the young man, he was like my brother on top of me, like basically asking God why God taking me away. And I'm basically just laying there, and the angel come over top of me, pull the sheet up, and I talk as if I'm in heaven now, saying I'm in heaven now. God basically let me open up the doors and said, well done, my faithful servant. And that video really touched a lot of people because, a lot of us lost a lot of people within the past years, within this year. A lot of, in Philadelphia alone, gun violence, all these different things that's happening. We've all lost somebody. So I wanted to let people know that, listen, it may be hard, you may be suffering, you may be going through trials and tribulations, you may have lost someone to the streets or whatever it may be. But now they in heaven, now they in a better place. Because this life right here, this is just temporary, but glory, heaven is permanent. So don't get too caught up on, feel me? So that was my favorite one. That's what really, touched the people.
Have you ever went out and had a speaking engagement?
Yeah, I went out a lot of places. Like I've been to over, I would say 10 to 15 schools. I just started speaking last year. And it's just been like wonderful opportunities for me. I had Inky Johnson reach out to me, one of the number one motivational speakers in the world. I had a lot of people like reach out to me saying they like what I'm doing, so stuff like that. So I even one day I woke up and I said, yo, I got all these clothes left, all these sneakers and stuff that I don't wear. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go motivate the homeless. So I get in my car, I hop in, put the stuff in the trunk. I go down Kensington. Go motivate the homeless, give them their stuff, give them clothes and all that. And I love it.
Was there ever a moment when you wanted to quit and you just didn't feel like doing nothing?
For sure. I would say a lot of things happened in my life, like over a time period. There was times where I lost my car. I lost money inside my store. I got sick. It was like a lot of stuff that happened in my life that kept hitting me that made me want to give up. But one thing I had to realize is how far I came. From trials and tribulations, one thing I understood, and the quote I'm starting to go by is, the tougher the day, the greater the strength. So basically it means like the tougher your day is coming, the tougher it may seem, the greater, you're going to come out stronger. So there was a lot of times where I wanted to give up. It was a lot of times, but I had to keep pushing because it's bigger than me. It's all about your purpose, you know.
What do you think caused your good success so far?
Because my good success, I would say staying faithful, staying loyal, living in my purpose, praying a lot, like God showing me guidance and stuff like that. I can't take credit for anything. I gotta give all glory to Him because He the one that saved me. So He's part of my whole success. He a part of everything. Because like I said, I used to be that kid that used to get in trouble in school, that did this, that, and the third, got counted out. But now, God using me. So
you just told us about one of your quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other quotes that you go by? I hope others can understand it and like apply it to their life.
I go by a quote. I'm gonna say 3 of them. My first one is "No limits to my life." Basically, it means no matter what level you at in your life, no matter what, whether you at rock bottom, whether God got you at the top, wherever the situation may be, there's no limits on your life, no matter what. No matter what happened yesterday, tomorrow is a new day. Today is a new journey. It's just time for me to become a better me, but there's no limits. I could be whatever I want to be. And another one is, stay humble, stay hungry. So no matter what level I'm at, I got to stay humble. I got to stay hungry for more. I got to keep going. I got to keep pushing. And another one is, I promise to be everything God called me to be. And that's basically saying, I promise to be everything God called me to be. Not the fake friends, not the world, not social media, not people telling me I'm not going to be nothing, not teachers that tell me I'm not going to be nothing. Everything that I'm here to be, my purpose. So that's 3 quotes that I go by.
Do you continue to repeat them in like all your videos or your captions so your audience and followers go by those and apply to their life? For
sure. I got people that hit me up on the daily, or they might see me, yo bro, stay humble, stay hungry, no limits to my life. So I definitely repeat them each and every time, each and every day. And I hope, like I said, not just to repeat it, but to get it in your spirit, get it in your soul, to know that, listen, next time this trial and tribulations come in my life, there's no limits in my life. Next time that, I try to get knocked off my square, I gotta stay humble, I gotta stay hungry, I gotta, so that's what we done.
You ever have a DM that someone sent you that touched you so bad that you had to go out and go do something about it?
Yeah, I get a lot of DMs on suicide. So a lot of people hit me up about, even my friend about to commit suicide, or yo, I've been thinking about taking my life and this and that. And that's one of the reasons that keep me going every single day. When I get these DMs and I get people, crying out to me, or I get kids coming up to me saying this and that, I gotta keep pushing for them, because you never know, at the end of the day, you never know what they might be thinking. You never know what person they might not have in their life, or what home they might come from. So I gotta keep going and keep giving them that motivation, because you never know who watching you, even with you. Like, you never know who watching you, bro. So you gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep going. And your spirit is effective. I had to realize that, no matter what you going through, you gotta keep pushing, because there's people that's looking up to you. There's people that, that's connected to you, that your spirit keeps them going.
Who helped you on this journey the most?
I would say everybody. Like, everybody had a huge part in my life. Whether it's my parents, my grandparents, my friends, like, people, a lot of people had coaches, everything. A lot of people had, I would say I'm really grateful for every time that I fell, or I think I was falling, I had somebody right there to pick me up.
When did you realize that you can go far as being a motivational speaker?
I would say I realized about a year ago. What got me going was, I was asked to speak. I was actually putting an event together. Last year, it was my freshman year at Lincoln University, and I was putting an event together. It was at the Quad. It was like a big event where we had like rappers and stuff like that. And I had basically spoke. That was my first time ever speaking. And they had put it on the Lincoln University page or whatever on Twitter, and everybody was retweeting and everything. And I had people coming up to me, yo, like, I was touched by your video. And once I realized, like, I started realizing you got a gift to speak. And once I realized that, I didn't look back since.
All right, at the beginning of this interview, you said you're an entrepreneur, you have a clothing brand. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about your clothing brand?
So it's basically a motivational brand. It's called Stay Humble, Stay Hungry. We actually was blessed with the opportunity about a couple months ago to be inside a store called One Punch in Philadelphia Mills. We broke away from that, but we had a lot of, definitely support. We had a lot of people come in, so it's blowing up in the city. Our brand is definitely moving up. We're going into year 2, so we got a lot of things in plan. We got the website coming in June, and we also gonna find a new location, whether it's the mall or somewhere else, but we're gonna definitely keep y'all updated. at Stay Humble, Stay Hungry Clothing on Instagram. You know, at Minister Zay on Instagram.
What do you sell for your clothing line? What types of products?
So we sell sweatsuits. We sell like, I don't know if you've seen like the new fashionable vest.
The vest?
Yeah, the vest. So they've been popping lately. We sell like bodysuits for females. We sell t-shirts, long sleeve shirts. We sell sweatpants, shorts. We coming out with swimmer trunks and stuff like that in the summer. So we got a lot of merchandise.
What made you want to start the clothing brand?
So actually what's funny about that is I started out the clothing brand. My man just always laughed at me because I started selling candy. I had $50 in my pocket. And I took that $50, I went to Sam's Club, I started a candy business inside my high school. So I took that $50, the next day I made $100, the next day I made $200, and I kept flipping it. The next thing you know, I started a whole candy business inside my high school, which people that was younger than me, like 9th and 10th graders, I had them selling for me in high school. And I took that money, and once I kept flipping, I started that candy business. I had a vision of starting a clothing brand, Stay Humble, Stay Hungry. So I went to a manufacturer, they made my clothes and all that, I gave them the money. And next thing you know, I just kept flipping and flipping, and then I brought my own machine. So that's what made me want to start, like, you know, just being an entrepreneur, doing something positive.
Did you start the clothing brand before you started posting motivational videos?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your goal with the clothing brand?
Clothing brand, I want to be the top motivational brand in the country. You know, the top motivational brand in the world. I want to impact lives through clothing. That's my goal.
What's one thing you want to change with the clothing brand?
One thing I want to change is I would say organization skills. Like, I have a hard time. Like, I got the work ethic, I got, you know, everything else, the creativity. I just need to, you know, stay organized and stuff like that.
When you brought up the idea to people about starting a brand, was there anyone that like try to tell you like, I don't think this is a good idea, or try to doubt you about it?
Definitely, there was a lot of doubters within, you know, starting my brand. Within even my own family, like sometimes they'd say, yo, you know, you need to be in college, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. But the whole time, you know, I know my purpose, I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So definitely was a lot of doubters, a lot of haters, but at the end of the day, that's what that come with. And I'm not going to always blame the people that doubted me or hated me, because they might be doing that for my benefit, because they might believe, you know, you taking a risk, being an entrepreneur, you might not make it, and then what? But at the end of the day, I know that I got to go through this process, and at the end, everybody gonna eat.
All right, we're running short of time here, but I'm gonna ask this one last question before we wrap it up. If you could give one piece of advice to people that want to start a clothing brand or be a motivational speaker, what's that advice?
The advice would be consistency is the key. A lot of us, we're hot, like basically meaning we get this idea, we want to do this, we want to do that, so we hot, we on fire for the idea, but we don't become consistent. The thing about it is you want to be legendary at what you do. So in order to be legendary, you gotta be consistent, think differently, and, you know, put forth your best effort. So, you know, just keep going at it. If you got an idea, put it to action. You know, there's no limits at all, no limits. We only get one life. You get 24 hours in a day. You're not getting younger, you're only getting older. So every day, just take that opportunity to put forth your best effort. If you want to be a speaker, be a speaker. You know, start out small. If you want to be an entrepreneur, find what you love to do and go hard at it. So that's my advice right there.
Mm-hmm. This is a great interview. I got like 20 more questions for you, but you let this time is forcing us to come to an end. It was a great interview. If y'all had any questions, 267-243-0007. But y'all had to call next to the interviews, and y'all can follow him on Instagram at
Minister Zay, at Stay Humble, Stay Hungry Clothing.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram